Good morning from State Adventures. Let's talk about Costa Rica. I have put together a trip for March for you, and I've included those two famous places that we discussed, Arenal, followed by Manuel Antonio. So you can get some rainforest, you can get some beaches, but let's go through the itinerary day by day so you understand exactly what's included, and you can let me know if there's any changes that you'd like to make. So I'm going to share my itinerary here, and I'm sending you the PDF version as well. So you have the written version. So here we go. Costa Rica for two people, privately curated around your dates, your interests, and open to any changes that you'd like. March is a very, very popular time in Costa Rica because it is dry season. It is really warm. It's perfect for outdoor exploration, and it's spring break season, Easter time season. So there's a lot of people visiting. There's a lot of things happening. It's a really wonderful time to go. It's the least humid time. If you compare it to something like July or August, where the rains happen every afternoon, it definitely changes the aspect of the trip. You can go to Costa Rica all year long, in my opinion, but January, February, and March are my favorite months because the weather is so mild. So, March 3rd, you're going to take your flight. You're going to fly into San Jose, which is the international airport in the center of the country, and it works really well for our destinations. So I have been checking some flights for you, particularly from the Washington area, and those flights arrive in the afternoon. So instead of heading directly to the Arenal volcano, which is a 3 hour drive, I will have you spend one night upon arrival at Grano de Oro, which is a beautiful boutique hotel in San Jose proper. I chose this property for a few reasons. It has a lot of charm. It's a great location, but also it has one of the best and most romantic restaurants. It's a courtyard. It's really well done, great menu. And I know your husband enjoys the foodie aspect of travel. So this is a great place to start, have a nice dinner, get refreshed, and we're ready to start touring and exploring Costa Rica the next morning. So March 4th, after breakfast, and on the itinerary, you can see BL, BLD. That stands for the meals that I have included for you. So on March 4th, after breakfast, we're going to pick you up and we're going to start doing that drive to Arenal Volcano. If we were to get in a car and just drive straight through, it would be between 2.5 to 3 hours. But we're going to do some stops along the way. We're going to pass a huge coffee plantation region. It's a really beautiful, windy road, lots of wildlife, butterflies, bird life. And you're going to stop at a plantation to do some tasting, to do a tour, to see coffee. It's a really beautiful place because coffee is one of the main exports of Costa Rica. So it's really important for the economy and for you to kind of learn where it comes from. We will also go to La Paz waterfalls. These are really beautiful waterfalls inside a manicured park. There's a great little restaurant there. We're going to include lunch for you. We're going to include the entry fee to all of the parts of the garden. And the reason for that is because La Paz Waterfalls is also a sanctuary for animals that have been treated like pets or that have been injured or orphaned. So they take them in. And those animals most likely will never be released back into nature because they can't. So you get a chance to be face to face with a sloth or a local cat. These are all just indigenous animals to Costa Rica. So that makes it kind of fun too. There's a frog area. There's a hummingbird feeding area. So it's a nice little stop, have lunch, see some wildlife, see the beautiful waterfall, stretch your legs, and continue to Arenal National Park, where you will be staying at the Nayara tented camp. So when I tell you that there are some beautiful eco lodges in Costa Rica, this is what I had in mind. When you see the word tent, don't be intimidated. You are not roughing it by any means. It is uber luxury. It is actually built based on the idea of what safari camps are in Africa. So we've brought that concept to Costa Rica, and this is it. You have your own infinity pool, a beautiful bedroom, indoor, outdoor living, private bathrooms, so much privacy all around your tent. It's a really amazing experience. I have never had a client come back from this place and not rave about it, that it was one of the best hotels they've ever stayed in. So I'm very excited for you to consider this property. On the property itself, you have amazing views of the volcano, direct views of the volcano. Here we go. These are the tents. That's the Arenal volcano. This is an active volcano. It's quite exciting because sometimes you can see smoke, sometimes you can see the volcano spitting ash, and sometimes lava comes out. So it's a really great location to be able to see that, sit in your pool, overlook the volcano, and really wake up and know that you're in Costa Rica. Another really important feature of this property is they have hot springs on their property. So you can go and enjoy natural baths on property without having to go to another location, pay entry fees and things like that. Everything is included. Also for you, there's yoga, there's different classes. There's, if you want to take a cooking class, they have one on property. And besides that, fabulous restaurants. There's five different locations for you to explore within the property. There's a Costa Rican restaurant, Asian Peruvian. There's a Latin bistro. There's a beautiful bar, and then there's a coffee shop as well. So you can learn a little bit more about coffee here as well. So we will stay in Arenal for 3 nights. So your first night is that arrival. You've done some touring en route. So you want to enjoy the tent. You want to enjoy the property, go to the hot springs. Then the following day, we're going to take you out of the property and show you a little bit around Arenal. Hanging bridges are really famous here. This is a really great way to see the canopy. You don't have to zip line. You don't have to do any extreme adrenaline junkie kind of experiences to see the canopy, the wildlife, the bird life from above. That's why we have the hanging bridges. We have a private guide that will pick you up, take you on a tour, show you the history of this region, and then, do this beautiful walk on the hanging bridges. And then in the afternoon, we're going to go back to the hotel and rest a little bit. Then in the afternoon, specifically for your hubby, I have a really fun culinary adventure. It's not an adventure per se. It's more about the food. It's more about meeting local people. So it's a combination of culture, food, chatting with somebody local. So Arturo is a local chef in the area. He will kind of invite you into his village, into his town, and you will have lunch in his, he will cook for you in his kitchen. You will have a beautiful, authentic Costa Rican meal. This is a really nice experience because as you're going through the hustle and bustle of touring and seeing the sights, sometimes you don't have the opportunity to meet local people, and this changes that. You will be able to go to see what life is like living in Costa Rica. You will have an authentic, beautiful dinner done by a local chef. So I think you're going to really enjoy it. I'm very excited for you to consider this as well. And then we're going to go our March 6th, which is our third day in Arenal. And here I have something special for you because I know sloths are an important part of this experience for you. I have done this tour myself. It is fabulous. It is called our private sloth quest. And what happens is you're in a 4x4 Jeep with a very experienced naturalist guide. He has eagle eyes. He's an expert. He has amazing scopes, binoculars, all of the equipment you need, and we will be going to the spots around the national forest where the guy knows sloth families live. He knows them so well, he can recognize them. He has names for all of them. This is not a zoo by any means. They move around, but obviously they're sloths, so they move really slowly. So you can kind of track them and see where they are. You see babies, you see families. It's very exciting and beautiful. You will see them up high in a tree. You will see them hanging low, depending where they are that day. Very authentic, very different experience every time we go on it. My kids love this tour because you have really good binoculars. It's a nice experience. The guide will also prepare snacks for you and drinks and all kinds of refreshments so that you feel comfortable during this adventure. And then I left the afternoon free again because you're in this luxury lodge. I want you to be able to enjoy the lodge, have meals there, go to the hot springs, enjoy the views. This is such a highlight that I don't want to fill your whole days. So we're going to do the quest in the morning with the slots and then have an afternoon free. Now, if you love a full itinerary, and there are many different things that we can do. If you want to get out, we can go down the river. We can go We can go ATV riding, of course, zip lining if you do want to try something more adventurous. So you let me know what sounds good and we will plan it around your needs. And then March 7th, we're going to leave the jungle behind and we're going to go to the coast, which is Manuel Antonio. Manuel Antonio is a really interesting place. It is where the Pacific Ocean meets the jungle, which means there's marine wildlife, dolphins, sometimes whales, beautiful sea turtles. And then there's the jungle animals, monkeys, sloths, iguanas, so many birds, so many butterflies. So it's a beautiful wildlife preserve. And they have a national park inside this region that's protected that has some of the best beaches. And let me show you because I put a photo of the beach so you get an idea of how jungly it is, what white sand it is. And I mentioned the white sand because Costa Rica is known for its volcanic beaches where the sand is rough and black and completely different. This is one of the only areas where the sand is white and soft, and it's so beautiful. So we will spend 3 nights here as well, and we will go to Los Altos Resort. You have a luxury villa confirmed here, and it is beautiful. It is one of the only hotels, because as you see, Manuel Antonio is located on the cliffs. So a lot of if you're looking at this picture, a lot of the hotels are high up on the cliffs. And so the views are stunning, but you take little shuttles down to the beach. Los Altos is a little bit lower on the cliffs, so you actually can walk down to the beach, which makes it amazing because you have the beautiful pools, you have the beautiful views, you have the beautiful room, but you can also go down to the sand at your leisure. They have a shuttle to the main large beach, and you can walk down to the local beach as well. Here also, there's yoga, there's cooking classes, there's all kinds of experiences if you just decide to hang out at the hotel. But we're going to spend 3 nights there. So the first night is traveling from Arenal to Manuel Antonio, which is about 3 to 4 hours. It's a highway, so it's a pretty smooth road, but you're passing villages. You're leaving the mountainous area, going to the coast. So you're going to be in banana plantations and seeing beautiful little towns on the water. So it's a really nice drive. And then you check into the hotel and have the afternoon free so that you can enjoy the hotel, enjoy the views. March 8th, we're going to take you to that national park, which is just 10 minutes drive from your hotel. And this is inside the national park, quite a spectacular location. You're going to see sloths here again. You're going to see monkeys. You're going to see wildlife. And you're going to have an opportunity to go swimming, drink a coconut, really have that beach experience in Costa Rica. And then in the afternoon, after you have your tour of the park, we have for you a driver that will take you out to dinner into town. So let me know if that sounds good, because the only reason I chose that is because there is a really interesting restaurant called Avion, which means airplane, because an old airplane crashed here many, many years ago, and the locals just build a restaurant around it. It happens to be on the cliffs. It happens to have beautiful views. So I really enjoy when someone goes there for sunset and has a nice casual dinner. It's not high end by any means, but just fun, local Costa Rican fun. So in the morning, you're doing your little hike in the national park, have free time, and then go out for a sunset dinner. On our last full day in Costa Rica, I have a combination of activities for you so everyone can be happy, the foodies in us and the nature lovers in us. So we're going to do a little bit of a local flavor experience. This just means that our local chef will take you around. We'll go to the market, we'll pick out some ingredients, and then we'll go and actually get our hands dirty a little bit and make lunch together. It's a great experience. You get to smell the fruit and really be in the kitchen and learn how to make tortillas and have some really casual fun in a local kitchen. Again, it's more than just food. It's about storytelling, meeting a local person, seeing a market, seeing where local people go for shopping. So it's a really fun way to see Costa Rica through like a local person's eyes and have an amazing meal while we are at it. And then you'll have some free time to relax our last day. And tonight we're going to go on a sunset catamaran tour. So, sunset tour, you're going out on a catamaran, probably holds 20 or so people. And then you can snorkel from the boat. You can just enjoy amazing views. Usually we see dolphins here every night. And of course, the whole point of it is to have a nice little meal on the ship and also see sunset. So it's a nice ending to the trip. Let me know how you feel about that because this is one of our only experiences on your itinerary that is shared. However, we have private boats as well, smaller ones. So if you prefer to upgrade to a private boat just for the two of you, we can surely do that. But the views are the same regardless if the boat is shared or not. And our last day, March 10th, I'm going to take you back to San Jose for your flight home. So I've been checking a few options from Washington, and the flights are usually in the afternoon, which is perfect. So what I can do is take you, instead of doing that 3.5 hour drive back to San Jose, there's a local airline that does the flight in about 20 minutes. So we're going to take you to the local airstrip, get on a small plane. It's like a 6-seater and fly you to San Jose to connect with your international flight home. This is the only catch about the local flights. It is small, therefore they have restrictions on your luggage. I believe it is 44 pounds. So if you are planning to have a large suitcase or more weight than 44 pounds, then I suggest we just stick with our driver and drive 3.5 hours to the airport. It will save you some money because we don't have to do the flight, and it will also alleviate any stress about packing. So let me know how you feel about that. I am sending all of this off to you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it fits your plans, your dates, your budgets. We have so many different options in Costa Rica. We can make any changes to make sure the trip is yours and fits your needs. Happy travels. Thank you so much for listening.